Black City, Black City. Black City, Black City. We're back here in Black City. Today, we got a lot of police storming the city. It's crazy. It's crazy. We have a couple of people that's going to be joining us on our journey. We had Birdman back. Birdman, okay? He's a double bird. He's a bird with two heads and one beak. I don't know how it works. I haven't seen him before. He always joins us on these calls, you know. And we also have Beyond Voice contributing to the story here today. So, in today's story, we're gonna be exploring another group of anomalies in Black City, Black City. And, you know, we're gonna jump right in. Again, these are freestyle stories, not written, maybe one or two subject matters, plot points I decided in the beginning, but after that is a free-for-all. So I'm gonna just introduce you guys to today's three main plot points. The first one is warm shins. Warm shins. The area of bonery between your knee and your instep or ankle. The other thing is a high dog. A high dog. And the last but not least is a busted motorcycle. A busted motorcycle. All of these things are real in life today. And we are going to turn that into an elaborate story. So, let's jump in. There's a guy by the name of Evra. Evra was up on a tree. He was trying to get his kite down. You see, in Black City on Saturday mornings, all of the boys in the village, they would fly their kites. They would make these kites from all different materials from the household. First, they'll get either a big garbage bag or plastic bag. They will get some broomsticks, cookie flex as they call it, where I'm from in Black City. These are these thin palm branches that you cut the leaves off of, and what remains are these long, thin, very straight rods that are wooden, that you could bend and make into any shape. So these guys would make kites. Some people would get paper to make smaller kites, but to make a big kite, you would need to get bamboo, plastic bag, and some glue. Now, glue costs money in Black City, Black City. There ain't a lot of stores, you know. People only have necessities. So, people would make glue from flour and water. You mix that to a reasonable consistency. You put it on a piece of cloth or a piece of paper and let it dry. It dries really hard. And maybe if you put some other materials in there, you can make it really sticky, really gluey. But flour and water works perfectly. So these guys would make these kites and they would go flying kites. They would get threads, long bobbins of threads. We say bobine in Black City. Bobine of thread. And they would let these kites out into the sky. Some guys would put razor blades on their kites to cut other guys' kites down. It was insane. So anyway, Evra's up there trying to get his kite down. He's having a little bit of trouble. While he was up there, however, he could feel the temperature in the canopy of the trees changing suddenly and rapidly. He didn't know what to do. It wasn't a big deal. He didn't care. He was in Black City. Shit is constantly strange. However, He tried to move up further up the tree to get his kite, and he realized that he was stuck. When he looked at his foot to see what was holding him back, he lost his mind. The tree, his foot actually, was now a part of the tree. One of the branches of the tree was him. He was now permanently affixed to the tree like an extra growth. Now you think he would panic for a long time. A certain calm came about him, and he went into a trance. Now this is happening up in the canopy. Down in the fields, the guys are still flying their kites. So guys are down there having fun, but they noticed that Evra was missing. Evra's best friend, Groton, his name was Caleb Groton, but everybody called him Groton because it was a funny name. Young Groton had a dog. This dog was missing a back leg, but it had a bunch of energy, and this dog could jump higher than any dog you've ever seen. And anywhere Groton would go, he would take this dog with him. So they out kite flying on Saturday. Obviously, Groton would have a dog with him. So they're flying their kites, and they decide, hey, Evra's missing for too long. And what these guys would do, they would tie their threads up onto tree branches so the kites don't fly away. So he tied his kite up, and he's like, hey, let's go find Groton. Now, this dog had a name. You know, the name is kind of slipping me right now. You know, what was the name of this dog? It's a strange name, and I know the dog had a nickname. We call it Hubbles. You know, I don't know what he called his dog, but everybody in the neighborhood called the dog Hubbles because he was missing a back leg. So anyway, Groton and Hubbles going looking for Evra. All right, Evra, he's calling out his name. Evra. Couldn't find him, couldn't hear him. Evra was deep in a trance. He could not hear anybody calling his name. But Hubbles, getting a little bit excited, seems to find Evra's scent and takes off into the forest. Groton chases after his dog. Now, as Groton catches up to the dog, he realizes that the dog is nibbling on the root of a tree. Just nibbling, eating away and nibbling at this tree. And he's in the forest. He's not really scared that the dog is in any danger, but he becomes very interested in what the dog has gotten a hold of over here. So he goes to the bottom of the tree. He's like, Hobbs, what are you on with here? You know? And he looks at the tree, and where the dog was biting on the root, it seems to be blood coming out. Big man gets so frightened, he grabbed his dog and he ran. And he ran as fast as he could. But man, we in Black City, stuff ain't that easy. What happened was they stumbled upon a certain part of the forest where there were certain magical perceptions, anomalies that was occurring. There were different energies that were at work in this particular space. Illusions. So as he was running away, he realized that he was running in circles. Now, during his trance, Evra was seeing everything that was happening, but he was not perceiving it in the same type of space and time. He really saw it in the form of very playful colors and energies and people moving under and around him. He really didn't perceive the panic that his friend Groton was looking for him. But he saw everything. What was very odd though was while the dog was nibbling on the tree, he started to feel the whole world shake and shake and shake. So he's still in his trance. Groton is out there in the forest going crazy. He's running in circles. He thinks he knows the way. He doesn't know what to do. In the meantime, his dog Hobbs has just laid down with all 3 legs spread out. The dog is panting. Starts panicking. He's never seen his dog do this before. Hobbs! Hubbles! Come here! What are you doing? He runs up to the dog and tries to pick her up. She's heavy as lead. She doesn't budge. And he starts panicking because this is an unreasonable situation. The dog is probably about 60 pounds tops. She's riveted to the ground. Out of nowhere, there seems to be a piece of light coming from the center of the earth. This light also came with a noise. And the noise sounded like this. Why are you in Black City? And just like that, they were woken up. And the strangest thing of all is that they woke up on a motorcycle. Why are you in Black City? Everyone Hobbs with young, everyone Groton, Groton, what's his name? Completely forgot. They're on a bicycle speeding away from Black City. These were 2 New Yorkers stuck in Black City for about 18 years. 18 years. And all they went through was, the backstory of it was they were on an exploration. Okay? They were on an exploration. Their motorcycle broke down, and while they were, having a drink and waiting for some AAA to come by, they started walking through the forest and eating some berries and so forth, and had this magnificent hallucination. And in this hallucination, they end up wandering through some secret pathways and ended up in Black City. But Black City is not the type of city that you could stumble upon and exit very easily. Black City's gonna chew you up and spit you out. So this was another tale from the city of darkness. Black City, Black City. Thanks to Beyond Voice for contributing to these topics. These topics again were warm shins. All right. How was that tied in? Well, Mr. Everest stuck up there and his legs becoming the branches, and this dog was now licking on his legs. Shins were dramatically warmer than before. The dog was licking on the legs. The other thing there was the high dog. As a result of consuming the substances, this dog was heavy as lead, and this is one of the symptoms of a certain type of hallucinogen in Black City. Broken down motorcycle, we tie the whole story together here. This is how these people ended up in Black City. Again, CreepyComic freestyle. Join us, thornholercomedy.com. That's not even a real thing. You guys piss off.